guys, so today I am going to be showing you a little year in review video. Actually more than 1 year, we're doing 4 years in review. So we are doing my whole photography journey starting in 2014. I've picked a few images from each year. We're going to go through, see the good, the bad, and the ugly, and how much progress I have or have not made. Alright, so we are going to start with 2014. This first picture is a beautiful photo of my knee. Very artsy, I know. So this is the first weekend that I got my first DSLR. So I started shooting photography. First, I had my fashion blog that I started like 5 years ago. And about a year into that, I decided that taking video screenshots from my iPhone was not the best way to have my outfit pictures. So I was like, I'm going to get a DSLR. I'm going to be like taking amazing pictures because all I need is this camera, right? So I went to Best Buy after saving up for months from my terrible retail job that paid like $7 an hour. And I bought myself a Nikon D3100 with 2 kit lenses. It was on sale. I think it was being discontinued, but I was happy about it. So this picture of my knee was, I believe, from the first weekend that I had it. Me and my family went up to the beach, and I thought it was really cool to stick my sunglasses in front of the lens, which honestly is something I still do from time to time. But yes, my knee. There we go. Photo number 1. So the second picture, this is my friend Charlotte. She's adorable. I believe this is possibly the first portrait I ever took of someone else. So me and Charlotte, we worked together and we decided to go on a little like photo adventure. She knew way more about photography than I did. So I was like, teach me your ways. So she actually taught me how to use the focus ring on my lens because I didn't even know it existed. I was like, oh, there's a second ring on the lens. Like, there's one for focusing and there's one for zooming. It like blew my mind. And yeah, I think this is the first portrait I ever took. Okay, last picture of 2014 is going to be this one. And this is my first ever fashion photo shoot. So this was my roommate Natalie. I texted her and I was like, hey, I just got this camera. I want to play around. Will you model for me? And she'd done a little bit of modeling before, so she was like the perfect subject because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And she was like, it's okay. I know how to pose. So it totally worked out. She's wearing all of my clothes. I put a necklace on her head because I thought that looked cool. Okay, now we are going to zoom ahead to 2015, which I think I'm going to call the overconfident year. So 2015, I was like, I know what I'm doing. I know how to edit photos. I am so good at this. And so I graduated college in May of 2015 and my dad and I went out to Seattle to visit my aunts, and I only took my phone, which like blows my mind that I didn't take my camera with me. So the whole trip I just took pictures with my phone and I edited them like crazy, and I thought that I was doing a great job. So I'm going to show you. We'll start with the less offensive one, I guess. And these were some really cool sea stacks, and I thought it would be really cool to do, I guess what's popular now of the teal and orange trend, but I really blew it out of the water. So we have a crazy, crazy aqua blue sky, and then honestly, I don't think the sea stack looks that bad. If I had toned the sky down, like these blues are insane. So if I had not gone so hard with the blues, maybe it would be an okay picture. Yeah, but I thought I was so good at editing pictures, and now I look back and I'm like, what were you thinking? So this is the other picture of Pike Market, which looks like a cartoon based on how I edited it, but very beautiful in real life. And then the final little set of 2015 is my first ever paid shoot. So this was my cousin Jason and his now wife. This was their engagement shoot, and they so nicely asked me to take their pictures. And I was like, you want me to take your pictures? Awesome. So I was really excited to do this. And I don't think these are terrible. I think they're good for a first session. This was one of their pictures. I really like the backdrop, except for the tree going through Jason's head. And Amanda is a dancer, so I definitely wanted to incorporate that into the shoot. So we had her getting dipped back, and yeah, I don't love the colors, but like I like the composition and everything. So next picture from that shoot, this was my favorite for sure, like of all time, was this picture. They were such great subjects, like they were just up for anything. So I had them lay down in the grass and I stood on a bench above them. And I just remember thinking like, oh my God, this looks like the Fault in Our Stars movie poster. And I was so pleased with myself. Now I look at it and I'm like, their skin is pink and the contrast is crazy. But at the time I really loved it. And I really like the composition. I would definitely edit things differently, but the pose and everything I think is still solid. Okay, now we're moving to 2016, and this is when I really started to get serious about photography. So I started my business in 2016, and I had been working for a company, a home decor company, doing a lot of video for them. So I was learning a lot more just about digital imagery in general through that job. I'm going to show you the first shoot I ever did of a family. This is one shot that I really liked. I definitely think it could be better. Like I definitely blew out the highlights. Back then I thought that you could fix anything in editing. Now I know that's not true. So this was a fun little shoot. This was my favorite picture from that shoot, was the overhead. I was a fan of that for a while. I did have what I would call one successful shoot in 2016 that was really getting towards what my style is now. And this was actually at the same park that family shoot was at. But this was probably 5 months later, somewhere around there. And this was a shoot with my friend Meg. So this was essentially a styled shoot that I brought the clothes. I brought like props and flowers and fairy lights and different fun stuff to play with. And I was really happy with this shoot, and it's still one of my favorites to this day. Meg is one of my best friends, so we were like really relaxed together, just having fun on the shoot. This was when I discovered the Tribe Archipelago presets, and they like changed my life. I thought that I was really good at editing myself, and then I got these presets and I was like, oh my God, my pictures can look like this. And I was using them on everything for a while, and I still use them a lot. A lot of people are against presets. They think like you should figure everything out on your own, and that using a preset is not like totally your own work. I think they're fine. I would never have learned as much as I know about tone curves and HSL sliders if I hadn't bought presets and seen how people who know what they're doing are using them. Moving on to 2017. So 2017 was my biggest year of photography so far. I left my full-time job in August to pursue photography full-time, so it was a super big step for me. I'm going to show you a couple of shoots from this year. This first one is my friend Angela. This was at the beach. I actually wound up photographing her wedding a couple months later, but I had her just dress up in one of my dresses. We went down to the beach and had a really fun time taking pictures. We had beautiful golden hour sunshine, which is my favorite to work with. And I really started to understand lighting and editing a lot more this year. This was another picture from that shoot. I actually have this printed and hung up on my wall because I love it so much. I think it looks like California, even though I've never been to California. It's like #1 on my bucket list. So anytime I can make something look like what I think California looks like, I'm pretty happy. This other shoot was a portrait/fashion shoot with my friend Alyssa, and we did this down in Boston. And this was just like a weird kind of like walkway. I don't even know. It went down to like a steam tunnel or something. It smelled terrible and it was really hot, but it looked really cool. And normally I wouldn't have chosen this location. and I didn't think the lighting was going to work in this spot, but it did. That shoot just taught me to like try different things and don't always go for the safe option. Like, don't be afraid to try a weird spot that you think might not work, because sometimes it totally works out, like this one. This last picture is from my first ever wedding, which I shot in August. It was the week after I left my job. So left my job and then I had 3 weddings in a row. So it was a crazy month for me. I love this shot of her walking down the aisle. It was really sweet. Her whole wedding was like really sweet and just beautifully done. And it made me really love wedding photography. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you are starting out with photography, or no matter where you are along the line, I hope this inspired you a little bit to keep going. And just know that with every shoot you get better and you learn stuff every time. I definitely have a lot more to learn, but I've also come a very long way, as you can see, from 2014 to 2017. So shout out to Jessica Kobasi, who inspired this video. She's one of my favorite YouTube photographers. You should definitely check her out if you're not already subscribed. And thank you for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful 2018.